guys, how's it going? Today we are going to be planting a bunch of annuals, and we are starting off with some planting out at my parents' house. We are standing currently on their driveway. They've got 12 large square containers that have boxwoods in the center, and my dad just went through and cleared out all the pansies, so they are ready for some summer annuals. I parked right here because it's in a nice shady spot, but you can see the pots that go all the way down, and then as we turn to the right here, they go to the other end. There are 12 of them all together. The boxwoods in the center are the Green Mountain cones that we planted in here last year. In fact, maybe we can harken back to that project where we planted these. And I want to say we put in something yellow. I think we did the saffron finch out here, and then maybe like the whiteout superbena, maybe a Supertunia mini vista white. I can't remember. I think they were yellow and white. They were so pretty. We are going to do a little soil topping here. I've got some land and sea compost that we're going to amend the soil with. We've also got some continuous release plant food that I'm going to add into the top couple of inches of soil. And this is what we're going to be planting. So a little bit of a different look from last year. I'm super excited about it, and I think they're going to really like it. In fact, they're not here. They're at work. They have no idea what's going in these pots. I just asked my mom if she had decided what she wanted in these, and she said she hadn't decided yet. And I said, well, do you want me to plant them for you? And she asked if it was a trick question. So anyway, I told her I would pick out something I thought was pretty, and I'd get them planted up today. So it'll be a surprise when they get home tonight. So we're going with the Supertunia Tiara Blue, which did so well for us last year. This is a new one. We're gonna put 4 of these in each container. So I kind of want, some of the same color on each side. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna be using a mixture of Super Bells. And my mom really likes the warmer pinks. So I went with the Coralina, which is a favorite of mine. I think it's so pretty. And then also the Tropical Sunrise. I didn't have enough of either one of these to do the same, but I think they're similar enough. They're in the same color family that it's gonna work out beautifully. So I'll do 2 Coralinas, 1 on either side, and then 2 Tropical Sunrise, which I'll do on the other sides. I think it's gonna be absolutely beautiful. So let's pick a shady one. Let's do this one together, slower, and then I will take off and get the rest of them done. Such a gorgeous day today, you guys. It was like mid-40s when I got up and out this morning, but it's gonna get 80 degrees today. So it's one of those perfect sunny, light breeze, gonna get just the perfect amount of warmth. Makes me happy. I have to get in there though and get that land and sea out. Ugh. Oh, got a marshmallow stick sticking out of that one. Perfect. Hold on. Okay. I don't think we're gonna need very much of this for each one, but it always makes me feel good to add some nutrients back into the soil if we're reusing the same soil. And they've already tested the drip. All the drip system is working in these really nicely. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? And then they do fertilize on a very consistent basis, but we always add in this continuous release. It's kind of a good backup, and these are high-performing plants, and we actually don't fertilize as often as you could. Like we do a once a week fertilizer regimen, but you can fertilize, I think they recommend every 3rd time you water, because these plants will utilize it. We never do it that often, so this is kind of a good backup. And it will tell you on the back, based on your container size, how many tablespoons to put in there. So I'm guessing this one needs about 8 tablespoons. What is that, ½ cup or so? I don't know. I'm just gonna sprinkle it around. And it'll get mixed in when we plant. Perfect, that one's prepped. Also, my dad did mention that right in the very corner, right up against the corner, the water didn't quite reach all the way, although I'm feeling moisture there. But I'm going to avoid planting right in here. I'm gonna just kind of go to the side a bit. It won't matter in the end. All of these plants will grow, fill in, and you won't even be able to tell where it begins and ends. Okay. And these are perfect. Don't need to break up the root balls at all. Oh, pretty. So there's the first one done. I know it looks like an awful lot of green right now, but boy, we're gonna get warm here. I think 90 degrees on Saturday. With that, the addition of heat and some fertilizer, these things will become so full of flower you won't even be able to see any leaves. And it will just be a mass of this beautiful tropical kind of pink color and the blue and white Supertunia. I love it. All right guys, so that times 11 more. Got them all done. It took just under an hour to get all the soil topped off, fertilizer added in, and plants in the containers. Pretty good, I think. And you can see that they're pretty much all in the sun now. And it's, I don't know, what is it, 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So they get a lot of sun, even though there's trees right here, because this right here is east, and then they get west sun. So until these red point maples get a lot bigger, they will, probably shade them at some point, and they'll turn into shade planters, which is the beauty of putting boxwoods in as a centerpiece. Well, there's multiple reasons to put boxwoods in as a centerpiece. They look beautiful year round, and they can take sun or shade, so they're very versatile. When I was initially thinking of what to put in these planters, I thought the Tiara Blue and maybe Supertunia Vista bubblegum. And then I thought, no, we probably shouldn't do bubblegum, because to put the amount in to where, you see the same amount of color of each color on all the sides, you have to put them in on all the sides almost, unless you're actively training the branches over. And I feel like one Supertunia Vista bubblegum would try to climb up the boxwood and gobble it up. So that's why I went with the Super Bells. I think the Tiara Blue and the Super Bells will be very compatible. And I saw that in some of those 30-second planters that Proven Winner sent out to us, they had the Tiara Blue in with the Smitten Pink Super Bells. So I'm guessing that they are compatible growers. And of course, in the very beginning, especially when there's not a lot of color on the plants, they're not as impactful, but just give them some time and they'll look awesome. I'm gonna go through real quick and give them all some water just to settle them in and to clean off the sides. I'll kind of wash off the sides and that will be my last step. And then we can head home and do some more annual planting. Okay, I'm gonna stand back though and just kind of slowly pan so that we've got a nice before shot, what these look like. Freshly planted, and then we'll be back later in the season to give you an after. Let's do a before shot from the front too. Oh, so this is before. There we go. All right, guys, we are back home, and I'm just taking all of the leftovers, which there aren't that many, but boy, it's just such a pretty color combo. And I wish that it showed up better in those pots today. But look at all those together. They're just so pretty. But anyway, I'm gonna put these back in here. And then what I think I'm gonna do is grab some begonias. And I think I wanna plant some pink double up begonias in the area where we planted hostas, you know, underneath the Leyland cypress. But it looks like Bethany has laid out some flats, which is awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and separate some of these out that are really big. So this is what we do. Let's see, I usually start here. We go every other because boy, these plants are so big already and they really thrive and do much better if they get lots of airflow and light. And of course it keeps them from growing together quite as much. Keeps the plants shaped up a little bit better. Wait, I'm doing this the wrong way. Hang on. They've all got to be the same. Oh, what am I doing here? I did it wrong again. Oh my goodness. There. So we've got, you know, every other kind of in a zigzag right here, and they just have a lot more space. That makes me just breathe easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and separate these out, and then we're gonna grab some begonias over here. Or maybe we'll do impatiens. Hold on. Maybe we'll do both. I'm loving these impatiens. I really like the apple blossoms, such a pretty color. We've got 3 flats of those, I think. Yeah, 3 flats, that would be so pretty. Okay, we'll figure that out in a second. This spot could use a little bit of color, and because these hostas get so big, this is the Gigantosaurus, and this is, I can't remember the name of this one already, my goodness. Anyway, they will eventually need all of this space, but of course this year they won't, probably not for the next couple of years while they're just kind of maturing and growing. So I'm gonna do a mix. We're gonna see if this will fit. If not, I'm going to go grab some white ones, but I've got Rocapoco Rose impatiens, Rocapoco Apple Blossom. These grow 10 to 20 inches tall, and they're supposed to spread out about a foot. I don't know. I think I'm going to go grab the white. I think I'm going to need them. Don't you think so? I think so. I want it to be full and eye-catching. Like as you go down the lane, you just are surprised by this little pocket of color right here. Yeah, let's do that. Oh my word. This is going to be gorgeous. Oh, I'm so excited. So a mix of rose, apple blossom, and white. There are more apple blossom than there are the other two, which I think I'm gonna love. But boy, did they ever fill this area perfectly. Oh, what a fun thing. Whoops. And they're sort of placed in there willy-nilly. I put the apple blossom in first, just so I knew that I got the color spread throughout the whole area. And then I went in with the rose and did kind of the same thing, and then went in with the white. It's possible that I might have a couple of the same color right next to each other, but I don't really think it's gonna matter in the end. I think it's just gonna be a beautiful pink and white sort of area with our little hosta accents now at this point. And this spot gets some morning sun, and then it's in shade for the rest of the day. So I think the impatiens will do well here. I would like to plant 1 or 2 more areas today. We're back at the high tunnels. Aaron is in there. He's helping me pick out some annuals to plant on the berm right in front of the pond, like on the lane side of the pond. You know, last year we put some gara out there and it was beautiful. It has a very kind of meadowy sort of wildflower look to it, and that's kind of what I wanted to keep that area like. But this year I'm kind of thinking something more bold, more colorful.
Yeah.
So, and it's on the lane side, it's not on the pond side. So far we've got the blue suede shoes, which we just planted a whole bunch of this yesterday by the parking area. And we've got just 4 flats. And I think it's beautiful. It gets big, it's bold, it's a darker green. I want more lush over there. And we're working on it. We're working on getting shrubs and perennials and trees and things, but it takes a while for everything to mature and fill in. So annuals will fill it in quickly and make it feel that way. What do you think?
There's just no options. I think that's the biggest problem.
The options are few.
The lack of options.
Yeah, I know. It's very sad. There are more sunflowers. We could repeat some of those. What do you think of that?
Yeah, those are really warm.
They are pretty warm.
What about these right here?
Those are really pretty. The Nemesia.
Will they do it?
Well, I mean, they're supposed to, right? The tag says full to part sun.
I like these darker ones.
Yeah, they're very pretty. I'm game.
Let's try it.
Okay. Yeah, those are pretty. Oh, and they smell good. Aaron, can you smell them?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow,
they've
like
got
a kind of a vanilla?
Yeah.
Is that right, or am I wrong?
No, you're right. They're wonderful plants. You know what? We could do tiara blue.
Oh, instead of this?
No.
Oh.
We've got a big berm.
Let's just do 2.
That's not enough plants, Aaron. We need something to...
Let's do the tiara blue.
We've got super bina.
Okay.
Let's see, sparkling amethyst. We could do cobalt, would be pretty. Let me see what cobalt looks like. Yeah, what if we did something like that? Is that too much blue to have the salvia and the cobalt?
That's a you question.
What? You can never have too much blue or purple, right? Maybe. What do you think about popping a few pink gara in, just intermixed with the salvia? Wouldn't that be pretty?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want it to get too messy though, right?
But the thing is that we don't have enough plants. Like the Nemesia is such a small pocket because it's a small plant.
Okay.
And it's a huge berm.
Sure.
So we either need to pick fewer things, but things we have more of.
Okay. Yeah, whatever you think.
Okay.
I don't like areas where there's just too many varieties.
I agree with that, for sure. I want to see, like, if this is enough of a different color for the salvia. Instead of going with cobalt, we could go with something like that. That's beautiful, isn't it? This is a Super Bina Royal Plum Wine. And it looks really pretty with this.
But I mean, this is like a carpet, and this is, I mean, this gets
Upright.
3 feet tall.
I know, but see, we've got layers here. This is.
Oh, so you want to do both?
This is a tall thing, and then this is a 18-inch thing, and then this is a 12-inch thing.
Boom.
That's quite nice, isn't it? Or do you prefer, oops, this color?
Oh, I have, I guess probably that. I was going to say I didn't have an opinion, but I think probably that one.
Okay, let's go with that. Oh,
put that one away.
Perfect. Thank you. You know, one thing we could do too is sweet potato vine.
Oh, yeah.
That would bring a lushness. Some chartreuse, I think would be very nice.
Okay.
Or lemon coral, but it just doesn't get as big. Can I get all of these with one hand? 5 cans. Yes. Not for long, though. Yeah, see, look at this with these. Isn't that pretty? I don't have any more of the, I have more of this coming.
Oh.
So we could pop those in later. That's a really pretty mix, don't you think?
Yep, we'll do it.
All right. Okay, so I'm thinking specifically like this area here, Aaron. And if we spill over a bit onto this side, that'd be great as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we just need some oomph right here. There's a lot of really cool things, but everything is looking so dusty and dry right now. We also need to mulch, and we've been avoiding the mulch so as not to make the string algae problem worse, but this will help. Okay, we're gonna place and plant. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is going to be so gorgeous. It's going to be so beautiful. I cannot wait to see. So we've got salvia. You can see it kind of dotted throughout. I did sort of groupings. There's like a grouping here. There's a little grouping here. That was just in order to get it to spread further. There's 5 right in here, and they get so big, like what, 30 to 40 inches tall? Yeah, 30 to 40 inches tall, and they spread out a couple feet, I think. Yeah, 2 feet. So, I mean, those are going to take up some space. And then I popped some of the sweet potato vine, which mounds up really high, for just like a really nice chartreuse pop. And that just kind of goes, I only had 5 of that variety. The Sweetheart Lime is my favorite. And it's a very clean, clear chartreuse. It doesn't look like muddy or yellow. It looks beautiful. I love it. Got a nice metallic fly sitting there. Anyway, and then we've got some groupings of the Nemesia in here. And then we just ringed around the front with the Superbena. And we were able to put some salvia here. There's a Superbena here, just to kind of carry on some of that interest. Won't that be pretty, that salvia hugging that rock? These pipes and that faucet are going away, so those won't be here forever. Hopefully they go away soon. Some Superbena worked up through here because I do have perennials. I mean, there's the beautiful, I think this is the Rose Rhinestones Penstemon. And these will fill in. We've got Russian sage, some ornamental grasses, Nepeta, things like that. So it's nice to pop some annuals in where you just have holes. And then right at the very end, more Superbena. And I'm gonna come in when I get more of the Sweetheart Lime sweet potato vine, and I'll probably pop 3 of them in here for more of that chartreuse color. And it was so nice having Aaron's help. He was standing here at the gator pulling tags out of pots while I was placing plants. Now he is going to go work on aerating the lawn right now, which I think he's gonna talk with you guys about it. I think he is filming it. So we'll pop that in after I'm done with this project, but it's been such a productive, wonderful day. I'm just loving it. And I think this blend of plants is gonna be so pretty. So now we just have to dig all the holes and plant all the plants. The best part. I love how this area turned out. Honestly, at this point, because everything's so small, the Nemesia is kind of what does it for me. It just pops in this space. I don't know if it translates on camera like it does when you're standing here. It never really does. But you can see those pockets of Nemesia just like, they're kind of sparkly. I think it's that like two-tone, it's actually a three-tone color. There's two different colors of purple and then the yellow throat. But oh my goodness, I just love this. What do you think of it, Aaron?
That's gonna look great.
Doesn't it look pretty?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the Nemesia for me. At this point, I mean, once everything grows and fills in and has color, of course it'll look pretty, but it starts right here and goes all the way. I was actually thinking, what do you think about right in front of that wetland over there where I want to keep everything short? What if I did that lighter pink Nemesia right there?
Oh,
just like a little field of it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be pretty?
Yeah.
Not today, because I think I'm done for today. But oh my goodness, look at this. And we just, you know, planted the Chitolpa right here, so we'll have beautiful pink blooms.
Oh, sure.
This summer. And the Superbena that's near the pathways will kind of come over the edges a little bit, soften the stones. Now this Cotoneaster looks dead, but it's not. I'm glad I gave it some time. I need to get in here and kind of clean it up a little bit, but there is a lot of life left in this plant. It just needs a little bit of attention. And then moving this way, you can kind of just see them popped here and there. And then our little ring. So this is what I was thinking right in here. We've got a lighter colored Nemesia. It's like a light pink. And maybe if I just mass planted it right here, it only gets, what, 10 to 16 inches on the Nemesia, I think.
I think it was 18.
Oh, was it 18? Well, either way, I don't think it'll be so tall that it'll block the waterfall. But it'll be beautiful right there.
10 to 18.
10 to 18. Oh, are you done with your project?
Yeah.
Where's the tractor?
Over here.
Should we go take a look at the aerator?
Yeah.
This looks like an intense machine.
It is. You know what? Actually, it works, but I think I might sell it.
Really?
Yeah. The reason is that, okay, here's the timeline. You know, we used to have the John Deere 4066, which was really big, and I couldn't really drive it on the lawn. Not like this, anyway.
Sure.
You could drive it on the lawn to go do something and then get back out, but it wasn't something that you would just go all the way around and around. So I got this so that I could tow behind my lawn tractor.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out the lawn tractor, it can do it, but it struggles kind of hard to pull it. So since I got rid of the bigger tractor and went to the smaller tractor, it pulls it just fine, but I can drive this on the grass because it's got turf tires and it's smaller. It weighs so much less than the bigger tractor. But you can get these right here, aerators that go on the back of your 3-point hitch.
Oh. And
you can raise and lower them really fast.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Whereas this, it just takes a while to raise and lower.
Oh, sure.
So anyway, it totally works. I'm not going to sell it at like a loss or anything like that. But if I can find somebody who really like needs something like this and can sell it for a decent amount, I think I'll probably do that, because the ones that you put on your 3-point, there's nothing really mechanical about them. So they're a lot cheaper.
Sure.
So anyway.
So you can see over here, what's the goal with aerating the grass?
Well, right here, the grass isn't too bad. The farther over there you get, the more like, I don't know, powdery the dirt kind of was. And it sort of kind of turns into like a really, like a concrete almost.
It really compacts.
It compacts pretty hard. So what it is that it feels like you're wasting water when you're...
I can't even break that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's not great.
Yeah.
It feels like you're wasting water because when you water the lawn, it just kind of runs away. So when you can do this, you're creating holes throughout the entire lawn, and you can water in like a quarter of the time. I mean, I'm just throwing out numbers here, but you can water much less, and the water's actually getting into the soil as opposed to just running off and away. So it really helps with, if you've got issues with your lawn, aerating can be really helpful because you can actually get moisture down to the roots. If you have a healthy lawn, and you know, this might not be necessary.
Sure.
But I think this area definitely needs some kind of rework.
Well, given the fact that you seeded it last year.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I mean, it's looking really good. I remember it was late. It was right before the Dream Stream, right? Because we couldn't put a tent here because it was so brand new.
Yeah.
That we had to put the tent in the front lawn.
Come look over here though really quick.
What's that dark stripe through the center?
Right here? That was a trench.
Oh, that makes sense. And some buttonweed. I need to get out here with lawn weed brew.
Well, so my plan is to, that's the other thing, is that fertilizer is a lot more potent when it can get absorbed into the soil as well.
Sure.
So probably tomorrow I'll come and fertilize everything and then water it in really good. But
nice.
So this section over here.
Oh yeah, I can see a big difference.
See how it's like real, I don't know.
Well, that one comes apart pretty easy. The one over there, I couldn't even break apart.
It's so dusty in this area.
Yeah, it's just this one patch. It's like you got, I don't know, you got into something different over here.
Yeah, it's like a different type of soil. It's not, I think it'll be fine. I'll put down some fertilizer. I'll do some gypsum to try to work up the soil. And I think just creating a bunch of holes in the ground, kind of missed a spot. Right where it needs it the most too.
Oh.
But I guess, you know, I marked the sprinklers. You don't really want to go over them because you can bust them. So it's kind of hard to maneuver around them. Which
actually is great timing because we are planning a Jaker trip, which we will share with you guys. We're going to go pick out some trees to go in this lawn and in the play area. And because all the sprinklers are now marked, we can easily decide where to put all the shade trees in here.
I kind of want to do like 4 or 5 shade masters on this side of the grass.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And on the other side. So we're going to have...
get like 6 over there and maybe 5 over here.
It would be pretty. Well, it'd be a lot of locusts, but we do like locust trees, so I don't know.
It'd be kind of fun to have like a locust lane over here.
Yeah.
We've got maple, you know, over in the front. I feel like locust is one of the trees around here that's pretty solid.
Yeah. It doesn't show chlorosis. It doesn't, or have chlorosis. It doesn't struggle with anything, really.
It does. It's not like an oak that holds on to its leaves, you know.
You don't have to rake the leaves either.
No, you can just mow them up. Yeah, because they're small. And they just...
Any other aerating wisdom?
I don't think so. But I do want to show you tomorrow my new spreader.
Oh.
Fertilizer spreader.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Nice. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else. Oh, other than the fact that, Aaron, I don't think that you mentioned that these things just dissolve.
Oh, yeah.
With water. Like, they don't stay around. They're here for, what, like a week or maybe a week or less?
A couple weeks.
Kids like to throw them around a little bit. It's kind of fun.
I told Samantha that a dog came around and pooped in the yard.
Are you serious?
She knew right away. She's like, no, that's not true.
You're messing with me.
I've seen some guys that clean them up, though. Like, but usually there's the type of guys that have, like, real short grass. And they mow, like, every day.
Oh,
that's not for me.
That's intense.
I like grass, but not that much.
Right. Anyway, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.